Testing. Yep. I see green. So we good? So if I'm just like this, can you hear me okay? Are we good then? Oh, yeah. It could be good? I'll make sure you can hear. So we're good? Okay, just let me know when you go live. Excuse me, I gotta take the chair back. Sorry about that. We were having technical issues, but they haven't fixed.
We're all live through the whole testing.
Okay. After some technical difficulties, we're back on at UCSC Grand Prix. Session 1, here with event 4, Heat 3, boys 100-meter backstroke. Sorry for the technical issues, but as even Alex Honnold and Netflix found out, sometimes technology doesn't work, even on the top of Taipei 101 or at the UCSC Natatorium. So we're up and running now. Heat 3, we have Graham Lettle, lane 1. Tristan Coxis-Ills, lane 2. Matthias Wainston, Jack Palmer, Mustafa Matter, Ethan Liang, Ben Matthew, and Noah Song. Coming into the final 50 here. Looks like a 3-swimmer race in the middle of the pool. Lane 5, that's Mustafa Matter with a slight lead over Jack Palmer and Foer. Into the turn, who is the underwaters here to get out ahead? It looks like Jack made up some space. Jack starting to make a move. Mustafa trying to keep on his hip. Under the flags. Jack with the out touch. Nice swim. Second place until that turn when he was able to get ahead on the underwaters. And as for context here, looking at the 13 and under champs times. For some of these swimmers will be shooting for that, for 100 back. 13 and under short course is 1:12. And for the older swimmers, for the 14s, we're looking at a 1:10, and the 15s a 1:09. So those are some times to keep in mind as these young men set off. We have Surinder Grabovich in 1, Joseph Lee 2, Simon Wagner 3, Lennon Domes 4, Nicholas Gergis in 5, Mark Monar 6, Aaron Zhang 7, Ivan Starkov in 8. And we have a pool full of dinos with a Nose Creek swimmer in 4, challenging for the lead. And you can throw a blanket across those first 5 swimmers. Lane 8 also still on the feet of 7. The turn decided the last heat. Let's see what happens on this one. Still Nicholas in 5 with the lead. Let's see if Nose Creek can move up here. Under the flags, Nicholas is going to take it. 1:12.4. And for Nicholas, that exactly ties a champs time. Exactly ties it, 1:12.4. And as Heat 5 gets ready to jump in the pool, let's take a second to recognize Todd, Chris, and Hai, who are the 3-person team behind all the audio and visuals and live streams and coding and overlays that you see when you watch the live stream. These guys work tirelessly days in advance to get things set up and have spent hundreds of hours coding. So buy the men a coffee, a lunch, buy out their bingos. Heat 5, Leo Zhang in 1, Ethan Navat in 2, Kazeo Lee 3, Hudson Wang 4, Sebastian Palaso in 5, Marlo Sadvovkis in 6, Odin 7, and Declan Lamontagne in 8. Again, apologies for pronunciations. Oops, email. I think I read out the wrong champs times on the last heat, so let's go through those again. For 13 and unders, we're looking for 1:11.7. 14 and under, 1:07.8, and 15 and under, 1:06.2. Lane 3 with the slight lead, but Marlo in 6, I think, snuck in at the end with a 1:10.2. He was sitting in second and third until the last 10 meters, and they decided it was time to take over. And lane 6 is in the water. Their turn to turn their arms in anger. We have Dominic Cito in 1, Benson Mills 2, Austin Zan 3, Caden Hong 4, Kim Reimer 5, Zan Zhang 6, Andrew Lee 7, Mark Babbitt in 8. And is lane 2 out to the early lead? That's Benson Miles being chased closely by lane 1. And it's the outside lanes here with about a body length lead coming into the turn. Lane 8 with the massive underwater to try and cut into that lead. The field moving back on lane 2, and it's going to be a shooter on the last 25. Benson with that monster turn in 2. Took the lead there, and first place, lane 2. Final heat of the boys 100 back. Swimmers in this heat ranging from 14 to 17. And all the entry times are 1:07 and better, so let's see what they can do today. The last few races were really decided on the underwater, so let's see what happens in this one. Thomas Gerges 1, Chase Zhang 2, Jack Short 3, Lon Kim 4, Lucas Ayer 5, Chris Zhang 6, Julian Huss 7, Diva Malik in 8. And as Lon Kim was a body length lead in open water coming to the first turn. And Lucas there in 5, trying to stay on his feet. But Lon Kim is going to take this heat. He's decided that physics don't apply to him. And Lucas Mayer in 5 with a strong finish, coming only a few seconds behind. But look at this battle for third. We have lane 7, 6, and 2. And I think lane 6 is going to move ahead at the end to take third. Well done to all those swimmers, and it looks like a 3-second PB for Lon Kim in the middle off of his entry time. Event 5 getting on the blocks, girls 100-meter freestyle, 11 heats. And in this first heat, we have Catherine Tam in 4, Ella Whitehead in 5, and Sloan Northcott in 3. And what an underwater for Ella Whitehead in 5. The longest underwater, came out ahead, and is looking to assert herself early in this race. Ella with a nice aggressive stroke rate coming back for the 50 turn. But Catherine and Sloan are not ready to let her get away. And they're sitting right on her toes with another 50 to swim. And it was Catherine with a great underwater there to try and put take away some of that distance to Ella. But Ella's still looking strong in 4th. And Sloan in 3, moving up on Calgary in lane 4 for 2nd place. And Ella came in with a 1:48.61. She's at 1:14 now, so let's see if she can shave some time off that personal best. And Catherine Tam really picking up that kick there in lane 4. And Ella's going to touch first in a time of 1:35, big personal best. And what a battle for second. I'm not calling that. That was too tight. But I think it's safe to say personal best across the board. Well done, ladies. Heat 2 in the water. I think my heat sheet's a bit out of place because we have a swimmer in 8. That's not showing on mine. But we have Aria Walji in 1, Isla Freer in 2, Ava Tam 3, Mabel Zhu 4, Bronwyn Rubinson 5, Aliva Hu 6, Gerlin Tam in 7. Yes, please. Thanks. But it's lane 8 with the lead coming into the halfway mark. Open water between the rest of the field. And in the field is lane 4, first on the turn. That's Mabel Zhu, looking strong, quicking up her stroke rate, followed closely by Bronwyn Rubinson in 5. We have Carl here. Coach's interview time since he came over my shoulder.
I didn't mean to creep in there, but how are things going?
You're live on YouTube right now.
I hear that.
Yeah. So what the crowd really wants to know is, what is your pump-up music at morning practice?
What is my pump-up music?
Yeah.
I don't actually get to pick the music. We were listening to 90s and 2000 boy bands and workout the other morning, and that seemed to be a pretty big hit. The kids really dig the 2010 throwback as a playlist. Yeah, but whenever my music comes on, it doesn't last very long.
So Carl's email may be King Carl, but apparently he is not king in the music department.
No, it does not hold any sway whatsoever.
100 meters here. What are we looking for the swimmers? What do you want to see?
I mean, at this point in January, I'm looking to see kids try hard, like put in a really good effort, and then evaluate their skills after that. So to be able to come back to the coach and go, I was able to try really, really hard. and these things went well and these things need improvement. And that's the process, is you go home and you evaluate and you train those areas and you get better. And so that's what we're really looking for right now, is try to make sure that regardless of the event, you have a maximal effort, and then we evaluate from there.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Sure. Heat 3 in the water. We have Evelyn Gusa in 1, Annika Long in 2, Aletha Long in 3, Hunter Whitterfield 4, Maury Wang 5, Isabel Giuseppe 6, Sawyer Marshall 7, Amelia van der Verder in 8. And it's Heat 6, Isabel Giuseppe, Elk Valley coming in with a big lead. Elk Valley also has by far the most stylish swim caps at the meet, with the light blue and purple writing, very sharp. Battle between 1 and 2 here for 6th spot. Lane 2 is just going to nudge out, and lane 7 coming in to touch. Lane 7 with a personal best by a second, so well done on all those swimmers. Lane 4 in the water. All the swimmers up and swimming. Arya Kreshi in 1, Harriet Admiral in 2, Ruby Kane 3, Amaya Matches 4, Isla Suave 5, Ella Boumadin 6, Japji Sandhu 7, Hannah Seelhoff in 8. And again, it's Elk Valley in the middle of the pool. They won the last heat. They're taking control of this one. 2 Elk Valley swimmers turning 1-2 going into the final 50. Followed closely, though, by dinos in 6 and 7. And look at Hannah Seelhoff in 8. Really kicked up her pace after that turn and is trying to close the gap down to the leaders. Strong swimming there. And also Arya out in lane 1. Really strong kicking as she comes into the wall and makes the turn. But middle of the pool, Elk Valley ruining the Dino Party, going 1-2 in this heat. Well done. Heat 5 on the blocks. We have 6 dinos through the middle of the pool, flanked by Elk Valley in 1, and the Calgary Winter Club Sea Lions in 8. Penelope McPhee in 1, Heather Sims 2, Brooklyn Roberts 3, Amelia Horvath 4, Juliana Simonson 5, Amelia Ballum 6, Sana Cooner in 7, Madeline Campbell in 8. And coming off the wall, you can throw a blanket across this field. No one's willing to take the race out yet and take it on their own terms, but lane 3, Brooklyn Roberts with a slight lead at the wall, but followed very closely by the rest of the field. Great underwater by Amelia Ballum in 6, brought her back up with the leaders. And Winter Club in 8, really looking to make a move now. It looks like it's going to be Brooklyn Roberts in 3 who's going to take this one out, but what a battle behind for second. We have Sims in 2, and Amelia and Juliana in 4 and 5, or 5 and 6, sorry, really working for it. What a finish there. 107, 2 111s, and a 112. Big personal best for a lot of those swimmers in the pool. And if you were here a few minutes ago, you heard Coach Carl say what he's looking for this time of year from these swimmers in the 100 free and all races is just good efforts, going out as hard as they can and learning from that. And I think he'll be happy with all the swimmers there. Heat 6. Maya Papauri in 1, Ella Kindon 2, Katie Zhao 3, Ellen Cherenik 4, Sierra Stratton 5, Abigail Wanamaker 6, Lachlan Marshall 7, Anna Ducalo in 8. And a tight field coming through the turn. Looks to be the middle of the pool. Ellen, Sierra, and Abigail. Sorry, Katie, Ellen, and Sierra Stratton with the leads going into the final 50. Sierra pushing the pace, trying to break the leash on the two Nose Creek swimmers, coming into the final 25. Katie Zhao with a fantastic turn, got out ahead, but Sierra Stratton looking strong in 5. Under the flags, for the wall. Sierra takes the win, 107.47. And a big, big personal best there. 4 seconds taken off.
Take your marks.
Heat 7 in the water. Ayla Curtis in 1, Georgia Beretti in 2, Quinn Stephenson 3, Hazel Miles 4, Megan Chung 5, Sasha Chen 6, Kaylee Dallimore 7, Johanna McRae in 8. 100-meter free when we're looking at champs times for these swimmers. 13 and under, 102.4. 14 and under, 101.2. And 15 and under, a minute flat. And another tight race here as we're going into the final turn. Too close to call. We have about 5 swimmers turning together. And as they're coming up to the final 15 meters here, looks to be Quinn Stevenson at 3, who's just going to out-touch a charging field. Heat 8 in the water. Anouk Demers 1, Cameron Couteau 2, Ella Wilson 3, Peyton Gates 4, Maria Habak 5, Cassidy Watson 6, Kaylee Kwan 7, Isabel Lamb in 8. And a charging field coming back to the 50. Looks to be Cameron in lane 2 with a slight lead over the field. But a lot of fast closing swimmers as we go into the final 50. And Isabel Lamb in 8. Just out of view of the middle of the pool. Really took it out after that turn, and I think she's going to be the first to turn up the wall. But it's back to Cameron in 2. She started out in the lead. She's stretching that lead out, coming to the final 5 meters. And she'll take the wind.
Take your marks.
And heat 9 into the water. He's going to the final 3 heats of their women's free 100-meter free. Candice Prefontaine 1, Josie House 2, Amelia Harrop 3, Brooke Roussel 4, Grace Kiprick 5, Olivia Diaz de Espada at 6, Sophie Graham 7, Sophia Lebidica in 8. And it's Grace with about a body length lead coming off that first 50. Good underwater to the flags. Elk Valley in lanes 1, 2, and 3, trying to close that gap. And again, the Sea Lion and Age making a charge as well. But it's Grace Kiprick in 5. She went out hard. She's trying to close it out. Elk Valley charging hard in 3, but they're going to run out of space. Grace in 5 takes the lead, followed closely by Elk Valley.
Heat 10. Take your marks.
Heat 10. Ivy Durek in 1, Demi Wilson 2, Sophie Zhao 3, Greta Dove in 4, Katarina Gibbs in 5, Finley Wong 6, McKenna Palmer in 7, Natalie Costa in 8. And this is going to be a tight one here. We have lanes 3, 4, 5, 6, slightly ahead of the field and all turning together as they set out for the final 50. And what a battle also in lanes 7 and 8. As they're neck and neck going back to the turn. Coming home, it is Greta Dove with the lead. She had a 1:01.5 coming in. What is she going to do today? 59.65, under a minute. Well done. Personal best at the heat win. Heat 11, final heat. Girls 100-meter freestyle. 4 entry times under a minute. Lane 1 empty. We have Tania Bakshi in 2, Layla Vela in 3, Maxine Clark in 4, Christine Zhao in 5, Kaylee Cardiff in 6, Carolina Cruz in 7, Yu Ting Lang in 8. Maxine Clark with the lead coming to the wall, followed closely by lane 6, that being Kaylee Cardiff. Nice underwater by Kaylee to try and make up some of that space. And our Cascade swimmer in 7 with a charge as well, trying to move up into 3rd spot. We have Maxine, Kaylee, and Carolina. With Maxine, it's actually going to be a battle here for 3rd spot. And I think it was Carolina from Cascade sneaking in there with a 59.9 personal best for 3rd spot. Unbelievable. Event 6, boys 100-meter freestyle. 5 heats of this, starting with Jetson Lam in 1, Drake Zhang in 2, Leo Longshaw in 3, Archie Locker in 4, Alim Jan Mohammed in 5, James Ducalo 6, Oscar Admiral in 7. And it's Elk Valley in lanes 3 and 4. as teams come to swim, they got the good caps. Look at that. We got pink and blue, blue and purple, looking sharp, and the swimming is just as sharp as well. And those two young lads are out ahead with dinos in 6 and 2, trying to close that gap. Leo Longshaw, Archie Locker, Elk Valley, head-to-head, under the flags, stroke for stroke. I think lane 3 is going to take that one, but a good swimming by those two guys. And a dino battle here in lanes 2 and 6. Ooh, tight finish there. And Oscar Admiral, Calgary Winter Club coming in. He had a 1:42 entry time. He went a 1:28 today. Got to be happy with that one. Lane 1, Jetson Lamb. Finishing strong. Another good Winter Club swimmer, only 9 years old. And he's touching the wall in a minute 53, right on his personal best. Great swimming all around.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 in the water. Griff Falzen up in 1. Ryan Sabuda Aiken in 2. Jacob Meng in 3. Thomas Yu 4. Declan in 5. Phineas in 6. Nathan Yee in 7. Oliver Williams in 8. And it's the middle of the pool. Thomas Yu, first of the turn, has about a body length lead. He had a zesty start. He got off the blocks nice and quick and is trying to hold on to that lead as they make the final turn. And it is going to be Thomas Yu in 4, making that turn first, followed closely by the Nose Creek swimmers. And a fantastic underwater by Ryan Sabuda Aiken. Nose Creek in 2 has put him out ahead. And this is going to be a Nose Creek 1-2 finish, I think. Yes. And the 2 Winter Club swimmers closing very fast there. Strong swimming across the pool.
Heat 3. Step down, swimmers. Take your marks.
Heat 3 in the water. And for reference on some of the champs times that these boys will be racing for. 13 and under, 101.9. 14 and under, 58.2. 15 and under, 56.4. So keep those times in mind as these boys finish off their races. Lennon Gomes in 1, Hayden Lee 2, Zaire Bidwest in 3, Maxim Cox's Ills in 4, James Richards 5, Eric Shank 6, Ethan Can 7, Mark Monar in 8. And it looks to be Eric with a slight lead as we come into the final turn, being challenged by Nose Creek next to him and also Maxim in 4. And as with so many of these races today, it has been that final turn that's decided the outcome. Maxim Cox's Ills in 4, took control of that turn and is going to close it out for the win.
Heat 4.
Heat 4-5. Boys 100-meter freestyle.
Take your marks.
Christian Hugh in 1, Ethan Suave in 2, Ezra Kanji in 3, Zhang Zhang in 4, Julie Ha in 5, Omar Matter 6, Matthew Cassidy 7, Griffin Hartwell in 8. And as we come into touch at the 50, put a blanket across this field, too tight to call. And the entire field is going to flip within about a second of each other. It's going to be lane 8 though. Matthew Cassidy with a lead off that wall and charging in to make the turn to the 75. We have lanes 2, 3, 4, and 7 all charging for the win. The middle of the pool, the Dinos look to have snuck out ahead. It is going to be lane 4, but a fast finishing in all the lanes.
Heat 5.
Heat 5, all the entry times in this heat under 59 seconds. Middle of the pool, Jordan Chen, Calgary Winter Club with a 53.6.
Take your marks.
Jack Short in 1, Sage Demers in 2, Jose Antonio Race in 3, Jordan Chen 4, Ilya Artuik in 5, Tyron Chen 6, Will Weback 7, Lucas Urban in 8. And it is Jordan Chen, Calgary Winter Club with a 53.6 off, coming in first to the wall, followed very closely by Ilya Artuik of the Dinos in 5. Jordan still out ahead, coming home. He's got about a body length on the field, with Ilya and Jose Antonio trying to battle over for third. This is going to be Jordan Chen for the win, 53.52, and he saves a few tenths of a second off his personal best. Event 7, girls 50-meter butterfly, 7 heats.
Take your marks.
We have Sadie Siddle, Calgary Winter Club in 2, Sarah Stratton, UCSC in 4, Evelyn Gusa, Calgary Winter Club in 5, and Annika Lung, Calgary Winter Club in 6. And Sierra is out first to the wall with the lead coming home. Annika Lung, Calgary Winter Club in 6 with a really strong swim here. Sierra with a 48-second PB coming in, 37 today. And Annika in 6 comes in for second. She had a 53 entry time and win a 42 there. So great swimming all across the pool today as the 2 Winter Club fitters finish up.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 in the water. Lane 7 with a very strong start there. Parker Whitterfield in 1, Brooklyn Roberts 2, Isla Williams 3, Santa Cooner 4, Nola Locker 5, Hunter Whitterfield 6, Isabel Giuseppe in 7, Harriet Admiral in 8. And it looks to be lane 2, Brooklyn Roberts, UCSC, with about a half body length lead over lane 7. That being Isabel Giuseppe. It will be lane 2, Dinos with the win, followed in by lane 7, Elk Valley, and the Winter Club taking third out of lane 3.
Heat 3.
A nice starting event.
Take your marks.
Heat 3 in the water. That was an aggressive start by lane 8. We'll see what the rest do with that. Lachlan Marshall 1, Ruby Kane 2, Penelope McPhee in 3, Farida Sheriff in 4, Amara McAdam in 5, Anouk Demers in 6, Makina Lauder in 7, Maeve Clark in 8. Lane 8 looking very strong coming home, followed closely by her teammates in lane 6. It is going to be lane 8 who takes out the heat. Lane 6, Elk Valley in for second, and top of the pool, lane 1, Calgary Winter Club in third.
Heat 4.
You mean two? Yeah.
Heat 4. Moving on to the blocks. Jessica Edviri in 1, Abigail Wanamaker in 2, Addison Salka in 3, Hannah Shea 4, Nadine Albadar in 5, Gwyneth Power 6, Sadie Rochelle Leggett in 7, Isla Swab in 8. Looks like a slight delay as we update the score clock. And we look ready to go.
Take your marks.
Looks like a clean start that time by all the swimmers. Good, strong underwaters by Sadie in lane 7. Gets her out to an early lead. Being followed closely by Hannah Shea in the middle of the pool. But it is going to be Sadie from Winter Club in lane 7. First to the wall, first up, bringing it home. Hannah Shea, middle of the pool, lane 4, trying to get her event for her money. Hannah looks to move just ahead coming into the flags, but I think it will be Sadie who out-touches Hannah. Strong swimming there by Sadie in lane 7.
5.
As we wait for this next heat to get into the water, here are the champs times these swimmers are chasing. 13 and under, 37 flat. 14 and under, 35.7. 15 and under, 35.5. Adeline Wynn in 1, Emily Harrop in 2, Natalie Costa in 3, Cadence Prefontaine in 4, Cassidy Watson 5, Paula Clemens in 6, Josie Housey in 7, and Heather Thims, UCSC in lane 8. Elk Valley has been here all day taking heats, and they're going to take 1 and 2 again today. Followed closely by Dinos. Heat 6 in the water. Cameron Couteau in 1. Christina Z in 2. Sophia Zhao in 3. Demi Wilson 4. Catherine Hafke in 5. Ella Monor in 6. Isabel Short 7. Haley Kwan in lane 8. Waiting for this women's to come up off the turn. A close race here, coming to the last 15 meters. Maybe lane 3 with a slight lead, but lane 7 closing fast. Lane 3 will take it. And it's going to be lane 3, lane 4, lane 7. 31.5, 31.7, 32.04.
Are you doing fly? 1 meter.
Take your marks.
Heat 7, final heat. Girls 50 fly in the water. Lauren Meller in 1. Isabel Clark 2. Kaylee Cardiff 3. Minumi in 4. Julia Norman in 5. Elsie Abbott 6. Julie Wagner 7. Greta Dove in 8. And it is going to be Minumi in 4 with a monster performance, a body length lead as she touches, followed closely by lane 3 and 5. 26.95. Half-second personal best. And this pool is giving a personal best today like candy. Now it's the boys' turn to clock up some personal bests. Boys 50-meter butterfly on the blocks. Heat 1 of 7.
Take your marks.
Leo Lee in lane 3. Graham Lettle in 4. Seamus Murphy in 5. Grayson Peters in 6. And it looks to be Leo Lee, lane 3, UCSC Dinos, first to the wall, followed very closely by Graham Lettle in 4. Leo in 3 with about a body length lead over Graham. And Seamus Murphy in 5, trying to put moves in on Graham to move up into second place, but it will be Leo Lee taking the heat. Graham Lettle for second. And Seamus Murphy in lane 5 for third. Grayson Peters with a 59.55 personal best coming in, closing off his sheet today with a 58.42 personal best. Well done. Heat 2 in the water. Alexander Solomon in 1. Oliver Williams 2. Aaron Zhang 3. Matthias Waste in 4. Nathan Bockwell in 5. Tristan Coxes-Ill 6. Rishi Bachman in 7. Archie Locker in 8. And the battle here is in the middle of the pool. Lanes 4, lane 5, Matthias and Nathan. Looks to be lane 4, just going to outtouch lane 5. Close finish. And third place is going to go to lane 3 over a fast closing Elk Valley in lane 2. Does lane 3 get set? What are we looking for champs times? 50-meter fly, 13 and under, 30 seconds flat. 14 and under, 28.5. 15 and under, 27.7.
Take your marks.
Lane heat 3 in the water. There was some movement on the start. We'll see what the judges do with that. But Noah Song in 1, Odin Proudfoot 2, Simon Wagner 3, Mustafa Matter 4, Jack Farmer 5. Juan Ramirez in 6, Ethan Lang 7, Swahinja Greovec in 8. And it looks to be lane 5. Nice, smooth stroke. Going no breath almost. Jack Palmer, nice swim there. Followed closely by his teammates at the top of the pool. Jack went in at 30. Jack did a 33.52. He went in a 35.77.
Take your marks.
Heat 4, Joseph Lee in 2, Marlo Subnovnik in 3, Samuel Urvia in 4, Emmett McLean in 5, Hao Lee in 6, Ivan Starkovich 7, Nicholas Gerges in lane 8. Coming off the wall, it looks to be lane 4 with the lead. Lane 5 trying to close that down. Lane 5 moving up. They're on the shoulders. Who's going to touch it? Lane 4 by 0.2 of a second over lane 5. Some strong finishing. Heat 5, Ethan Kahn 1. Adurov Kadvi in 2, Benson Miles 3, Miles Blow in 4, Sage Demers in 5, Carson Wong in 6, Hudson Wang 7, James Richard in lane 8.
Take your marks.
Again, we saw some movement off the start there. We'll see what the judges want to do with that. Lane 8 out fast, but it looks to be middle of the pool. Lane 5, Sage Demers, Elk Valley, who was first to the wall, but it's now lane 3's Dinos. That's Benson Miles, who looked like he's going to close this one out. He will, followed by Elk Valley, and then the Dino in 4 for third place.
Heat 6. Step down, swimmers.
Heat 6 being held. We're moving on to the blocks now. Again, heat 6 of 7. Zaire Bidmis in 1, Austin Zan 2, Ezra Kanji 3, Thomas Gerges in 4, Ethan Swab 5, Stefan in 6, Kazeo Lee in 7, Sebastian Palacio in 8. And it's Elk Valley in 5 who got it really fast off the start there. Looks like they're going to be first to the wall. Coming home, it's hard to see who's in the lead. I think it's going to be lane 3 Dinos with a slight lead. That'd be Ezra. And it is going to be Ezra who's going to just out-touch his teammates in Elk Valley for second and third. And we've seen it so many times today, that last wall and the underwaters off that wall have decided probably 50% of the races today. Heat 7. All of our entry times here are under 30 seconds. Jeffrey Chung, middle of the pool, lane 4 with a 25.6.
Take your marks.
Looks like a clean start for Chris Zhang in 1, Miguel Lorenzo in 2, Tim Hartman in 3, Jeffrey Chung in 4, Jordan Chen 5, Lucas Zaire 6, Jose Antonio Reyes in 7, and Yike Yang in 8. With a monster underwater there, Jeffrey Chung in the middle of the pool, He's going to touch first, 25 flat, taking 6/10 of a second off his entry time.
200-meter butterfly, heat 1 of 4.
If you were the wall, because I was like this, and then I was like here, so I was like, wait, try to do it. So I was like,
Clear the pool, please.
We'll get ready to switch gears a bit with event 9. Girls 200-meter butterfly, 4 heats. For many of these swimmers in these heats, their first time tackling the 200 fly. So it'll be exciting to watch them surprise themselves with just how fast they are and how well they can do on it.
Take your marks.
Sarah Lee, UCSC, lane 3. Isla Shea-Stolfer in 4, Madison Benzel in 5, Fiona Sieben in 6. 200-meter fly. Again, this is the first time many of these swimmers have done the 200 fly, so it's going to be fun to watch their strategy. Are they going to pace it well? Are they going to have too much in the tank coming to the last 100? Are they going to be a bit too zesty on the start? We'll see how it plays out. Coming off that first 50, though, it's going to be Madison Benzel in lane 5 with a slight lead over Isla in 4. But all to play for here early on in this grueling race. Coming off the wall, the 75, we still have Madison and Isla in the middle of the pool going stroke for stroke. Madison with a slight lead, but Isla staying right on her hip. Both swimmers flowing nicely coming into the halfway point. And every time Madison tries to stretch that lead out, Isla tends to get back on her. And let's also not forget lane 6 here. We have Fiona Sieben in 6, who's really looking to make up some ground on the 2 lead swimmers as well. And also top of the pool, Sarah Lee with a really nice, smooth butterfly. Madison stretching out that elastic on Isla in the middle of the pool. About a 2 body length lead coming into the final 50. Isla now getting ready to embark on her final 50, looking strong in the middle of the pool. Fiona in 6, not far behind. And she's also off on the last 50. Sarah Lee, lane 3. Going into her last 50 as well. And she's looking very strong there. But middle of the pool, Madison Benzel is going to take this heat out. She had a 4:48 coming into it. She's only at 3:06 now, so goodbye to that. She may be wearing a mask of pain, but she's going to take out the heat with a massive personal best. Madison, lane 5, 3:18. And look at Isla breathing every other stroke, finishing strong under the flags. And she's going to finish off with a 3:29. Again, shaving over 30 seconds off her entry time. Fiona in 6 had a 4:11.7 coming in. She's with 2 strokes left here, and she's going to finish off 3:42.59. Again, 30-second personal best. And Sarah Lee, top of the pool, 3:48.3. And I think Sarah could have gone for another 200.
Heat 2. Take your marks.
It's a slight twitch by some of the swimmers on that start. We'll see what happens. Anna Nurkina in 1, Rain Wu in 2, Nora Hawkins 3, Zoe Huang 4, Jamie Zhao 5, Noelle Chow in 6, Megan Veneur in 7, and Grace Lee in 8. A full dyno field here. It looks to be Zoe with a slight lead over Jamie Zhao in lanes 4 and 5. But Grace Lee in 8, here to ruin the party, and it's going to be her who touches first. Grace Lee in 8 with the early lead, followed closely by Zoe in the middle of the pool. And it's always fun to watch the pacing on these 200 flies, especially when the swimmers haven't done it too often. Who's going to hold too much back? Who's going to go too hard? Who's going to have it just right? And it's still Grace Lee, lane 8, with the lead, coming to the halfway point. Zoe Wang, lane 4, close behind. Both swimmers looking very smooth. Grace turning at a 1:25.2. Zoe about 4 seconds back, but lost to swim for here. All the swimmers showing good controlled strokes, strong swimming here. But Grace Lee really trying to stretch out that lead now. In the middle of the pool, may have forgotten about Grace, but she has a few body lengths over Zoe now as she's getting ready to turn for her final 50. Grace turning 2:13. Zoe, middle of the pool, turning for her last 50 at a 2:22. Grace Lee had a 3:53 entry time. She has about 15 meters left, and she's sitting at a 2:55. So she's going to take nearly a minute off of that entry time. 5 more strokes. Touching at 3:03. Brilliant swim. Zoe in the middle of the pool. Zoe came in with a 3:35. She's looking at about 5 strokes left. And she's going to get there in 3:17, and that's no personal best. Lane 5, Jamie Zhao touching. And a tight race behind. Nora Hawken in 3. Nora came with a 3:44. And again, 10-second personal best.
Heat 3.
Rain Wu, in lane 2 at a 3:49 coming in and a 3:39. So again, this pool is giving up personal bests all over as we move into Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Gabby Key, UCSC in 1. Catherine Song in 2. Sophia Steiner in 3. Penny Holloway in 4. Cynthia Wu in 5. Jijun Lee in 6. Taya Nos in 7. Jessica Edviri in 8. Early in the race, but it looks like we have Cynthia Wu, Penny Holloway, and Sophia Steiner sitting in the catbird seat coming into the closeout that first 50. Penny first to the wall, followed by Cynthia and Sophia. And for all you parents watching out there, I challenge you to try and do a 50-meter fly. I get a sense of just how hard this event is. I can do a solid 22 meters of fly, and these girls are doing almost 10 times that. Penny milled the pool, stretching out that elastic on Cynthia, with Sophia trying to stay on Cynthia's feet, coming into the halfway point here. Penny turning at a 127. Cynthia 122, and Sophia a few seconds after that at a 125. And let's see who's paced this right. Sophia looks to be picking it up in 3. Penny and Cynthia still looking strong in the middle of the pool. And look at lane 8 here. Jessica's really picked up her cadence here, and she's been saving it for the last 100. Taya Nos in 7, looking very strong. Good controlled swimming. And top of the pool, we have Gabby Key looking very strong, picking things up there. Final 50 for the middle of the pool. Penny turning at a 2:09. Cynthia 2:11. Sophia 2:13. That gap's tightened up a little bit as we go into the final 50. Who's got this sprint left? 4th place right now is lane 6, Jijun Lee, and she is closing fast on those in front of her. Penny looks to be tying up in the middle of the pool. Cynthia looking strong. Final 25. Penny first to the wall, but it's Cynthia who's moved out ahead. Sophia had to look middle of the pool. She's picking it up now. Final 15 meters. Penny, after a gutsy race, has to dig deep into a suitcase of courage to close this out. Sophia, clothing fast. Will she run out of pool on Cynthia? It is going to be Sophia, Cynthia, followed by Penny. 2:59, 3 minutes, 3:02. Personal bests destroyed. Coming back, look at this battle for next place between lanes 1, 2, and 8. It looks like it's going to be lane 2 just going to sneak it out, with lane 2 not far behind. Taya Nos looking so strong here. I think she could do another 50. Well done. Fantastic swimming by those swimmers.
Clear the pool, please. Take your marks.
Final heat, heat 4 of this girls' 200-meter fly. Luna Way in 1, Rick Roussel in 2, Isabel Short 3, Sophia Bullock in 4, Gianna Liu in 5, Maya Harrington in 6, Christina Bergman in 7, Erica Sutherland in 8. Through that first 50, it looks like Sophia Bullock, lane 4 with the lead, followed very closely by Gianna and Isabella. Sophia Bullock had a 2:35 coming in, taking control of this race. 100 meters already down for her, followed closely by lane 5, Gianna Liu, and third is Maya Harrington, lane 6. Sophia Bullock still in control. Hasn't been able to stretch that elastic too much more. She goes into her last 50. Battle for second is tight between lanes 5, lanes 3, and lane 6. Let's see who there's going to take up the charge. And Erica Sutherland in 8, making her final turn, looking very strong as she sets out for her final 50 meters. Sophia Bullock coming home, 2:35 entry time. She has 2:18 on the clock now. She is not slowing down as she gets to the flags, sitting at 2:27, 2 strokes left. Personal best by 3 seconds, followed by Isabel Short in 3 with the 2:35, and lane 6 coming in for third with a 2:37. Middle of the pool, lane 5 with the 2:41.
200-meter butterfly.
And fantastic swimming by all these swimmers. Girls 200 fly in the books. Boys, 200-meter butterfly, heat 1 of 2. Eric Shang 3, Hayden Lee 4, Omar Matter in 5. It looks to be Omar Matter in 5 with the early lead, followed by Hayden and then Eric. But no, off the wall. Eric Shang with a big underwater put himself into the lead. And he's going to have about a body length lead over Omar coming into that first 50 turn. Hayden Lee starting at a 39.2. Eric and Omar looking very measured out at front. Still looks to be like Eric with a body length over Omar, but a lot of pool left in this race. And Eric really using the walls and turns to his advantage, getting off them nice and fast with strong underwaters. Let's see them turn at the halfway point. Eric turning at a 1:15. He stretched that elastic on Omar, who turns at a 1:19. Hayden 1:24. And Eric looking long and strong up at the top of the pool. Omar tightening up a little bit. And Hayden Lee now in the middle, trying to increase his tempo and get back on terms. Eric had a 3:41 entry time coming in. I think that's going to be shattered today as he turns into his final 50, touching at 2-minute flat. Omar with the 3:37 entry time, and he's turning at a 2:08. And Hayden's really put some time back into Omar. Eric's going to take the lead, but let's watch this battle for second. think Omar senses Hayden. He's picking up his stroke. Hayden really increasing that cadence, getting that reach out. Eric with 2:33 on the clock as he's coming into his final 15 meters here. Back behind him, Hayden has put some space into Omar. Eric, 2:47 personal best. Hayden closing fast in lane 4. He had a 3:03 entry time.
Heat 2.
And a 2:54 there. And Omar also going under 3 minutes, taking 30 seconds off his entry time. 3 different strategies, but 3 PBs.
Take your marks.
Final heat, 200 fly. Matthew Cassidy in 1, Mark Babick in 2, Justin Chen in 3, Lau Kim in 4, Joe Dong in 5, Kinin Chen in 6, Kim Reimer in 7. Leon Kim, lane 4, over body length lead coming into the first turn. Followed closely though by lanes 5 and 6. And lane 3 as well, joining the party. This looks to be Kim and 4 who's going to take the lead, but it's going to be an exciting race behind him with lanes 5 and 6 locked stroke for stroke, and lane 3 looking to build into that. Lon Kim and 4 clearly doesn't believe in physics. It does not apply to him as he goes out for his second 100. Lane 5, lane 6, stroke for stroke, turning within tenths of a second. Lane 3, Justin Chen falling off their pace just a little bit, but still 100 meters of fly left. And another battle here between lanes 1 and 7 as they're locked in a battle. Kim turning, going into his final 50. He had a 2-minute, .43 entry time coming in. Looking to better that today. Kim turning at a 1:43. Pushing that underwater into his final 15 meters of swimming. In 2-minute entry time. He's going to touch at 1:58.79, 2 seconds off that entry time. The battle behind for second. Lane 5 now with about a half body length over 6. Lane 6 charging though, trying to get back up on terms. They're going to run out of the pool space. Lane 5, lane 6, and a strong finish by lane 3 for 4th place. Lane 2, Mark Babick with a 2:44 entry time. He's coming into his final 15 meters. Let's see if he can push that 2:44 lower. 5 strokes left. And Mark is going to touch at a 2:44 second personal best. Top of the pool, Matthew Cassidy takes off over 15 seconds off his personal best. Lane 7, Kim Rimmer finishing off this boys 200-meter fly. He had a 2:54 entry time, and he matches that again today. Strong showing by everyone.
Relax. Relax, girls. Step back. We have a re-swim right now. Girls, we just had one. Event 6 for a re-swim of the 100 free.
And a re-swim. 100 meters.
Take your marks.
It's always tough to be racing by yourself. But a re-swim here for the swimmer in lane 4 from the Dinos. All eyes on him, and he's rising to the occasion. 14 seconds to that first wall. Coming under the flags for the final 50. Turns at a 30.24. And a really gutsy time trial here by lane 4. He comes into his final 25. Turns at 47. Coming home. Into the final 15 meters. And he's going to touch in a 1:04.25 to finish off that time trial.
Heat 1 of 3. Clear the pool, please.
I'm like nervous, but I'm like, this isn't even my race. So maybe like they just have all the same lines at once. That makes no sense. I'm like worried. I'm kind of nervous.
Take your marks.
Like honestly, I just can't survive the way exactly. It's smooth sailing after the 100 clock.
Event 11, girls 400 meter individual IM. Heat 1 of 3. We have Kaylee Mann in 3. Aubrey Dell in 4. Kiera Greenwood in 5. Mayal Bahorn in 6. 100 meters of each stroke. And these swimmers are showing no fear. Absolutely attacking this first 100 of fly. Turning that first 50 in 37 seconds.
I'm doing this because so really, yeah, I know. You can tell. I said he was only doing it if Christine was already doing it, and then Christine heard them. So like, I'm only doing it, Louis doing it.
Middle of the pool, Aubrey Diel really attacking this fly portion of the 400. She's going to turn with a couple body lengths over the two Nose Creek swimmers who are closing fast onto the backstroke.
One dress, you could do double. Good idea.
And Mayal Beaumont in lane 6, turning onto her backstroke. And some good underwaters there to start her journey in the 100 meters of back. Middle of the pool though, Aubrey Diel extending out that lead. She had a few body lengths going into this backstroke and has stretched that out. And she's going to turn with open water. But a really tight battle here for second. We have Nose Creek in 3 and 5. Kylie Mann and Kiera Greenwood. And there's less than a body length between the two of them as they set out on the second 50 of backstroke. It's hard to tell from the angle, but it looks like the two Nose Creek swimmers are tightening up in terms of they're getting closer together, and it's going to be a real fun battle for second. Aubrey Diel, UCSC, turning on to the breaststroke. And we'll see if we have any breaststroke specialists behind her to try and close that gap. But it's Nose Creek in 3. First onto the breaststroke, within a second followed by their teammate in lane 5. And these two Nose Creek swimmers with some really strong looking breaststroke, trying to get some time back into Aubrey from the Dinos, who's leading this out. And Aubrey under the flags, looking for that wall to turn onto her second 50.
We'll see how the race goes.
Yes.
There will be a
That's
point.
literally my
A breaststroke turning at a 3:42. She had an entry time of 6:43 coming in and looking to smash through that today.
Faster you swim, the faster.
Our two Nose Creek swimmers locked in a battle for second. 3:55, 3:58 on the turn, so less than 2 seconds between those two swimmers. And Kiera Greenwood in 5 with some really nice underwater to bring some time back on her teammate there in lane 3. And also lane 6, Mael Bohad with a phenomenal breaststroke, and she looks to be gaining on her two teammates as well.
We have to do 800 to 1200 meters. To keep the volume up.
Aubrey, lane 4, Dinos, finishes off the breaststroke onto the 100 freestyle. She's going to take the win. Let's see what she can do with her personal best. And the race behind for second is now neck and neck between these two Nose Creek swimmers. And as they set off onto the freestyle, we have Mael in 6, who's not out of this yet either, and she's going to try and close fast for second. Aubrey, 6:43.1 coming in, turning to that final 50 at a 5:15. Behind her, Kaylee Mann, Kiera Greenwood, Nose Creek locked stroke for stroke as they come to the wall and settle on their final 50.
We'll be done by now.
Lane 3 with a bit of a cleaner turn. Lane 5 has a bit more work now after that. Aubrey coming home. Once again, 6:43 coming in. The clock is going to stop at 5:55.8, almost a minute off. And looking back to our Nose Creek swimmers, battling for second and third. Lane 3 looks to have a slight lead. Lane 5 closing fast. Let's see if they've entered a pool. It is going to be lane 3, lane 5 in for third. What a race by those two swimmers, neck and neck the whole time.
I will not be trying at all.
Mael Bohad coming in lane 6. She had a 7:29 entry time, and she's coming to her final 5 meters. 7:29 entry time,
B2.
6:34. Massive swim.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 or 3. Girls 400 IM. Nadeem Aldar in 1. Ella Wilson 2. Christine Zhao 3. Haley Haynes 4. Ellie DeJong 5. Julia Norman 6. Sadie Michelle Legat 7. Amelia Ballin in 8. And early on through 50 meters of fly, it looks to be lanes 4 and 6. That being Haley and Julia of the Dinos. Julia moving ahead to take a slight lead, it looks like. And tight battles all through the rest of the field. Haley in 4, Julia 6. Touching together as they move into the final 15 meters of this fly portion. And they're indeed going to touch together and move on to the 100 meters of backstroke. Lane 3 following close behind, that's Christine Zhao of the Dinos. And Nose Creek in for, looks to be 4th place on the wall, and that is Ellie DeJong in lane 5. As we move to the halfway stroke of this backstroke portion, Julia Norman with about a half body length lead over Haley Haynes. 151s, 152s as they make that turn. Followed closely by lane 3 at a 156. And De Jong for Nose Creek is not out of this yet. And she's working hard to get back on turns and into the party. And it looks to be Norman in lane 6, slowly stretching out that lead over second place. But Christine Zhao in lane 3 is really moving up. And let's see what she can do in the breaststroke and see if she can get herself back in the first or second position. De Jong touches in fourth. Lane 2 touches in fifth. And Sadie in lane 7 lost her swim cap as she moves on to the breaststroke, looking very strong indeed. But back to the lead of this race is still Norman in 6 with the lead. But Haynes and Forrest cut into that. And they're going to touch with less than half a second between them. Zhao in 3 still in third with De Jong moving up on her. And De Jong really attacking this breaststroke portion of the race. Our leaders still locked stroke for stroke. 15 meters of breaststroke left. Haynes, I think, has reversed it somewhat and is going to touch with about a half-second lead over Norman as they move into the final 100 of freestyle. Behind her, De Jong has almost moved up into third. And she's going to touch less than half a second off third. Let's see if she can finally take over that position on the freestyle. Norman with a body length lead as she moves into her final 50 over Haley Haynes. Let's see if she's finally been able to stretch that elastic and snap it. Christine and Zhao has put some time back into De Jong. And as we move into the final 25, it is going to be Norman who's going to take this one out. Neck and neck battle until that final 50 of freestyle, which was finally trying to get away. She came in with a 5:46 entry time. Destroys that today, 5:11. Haynes with the 5:30 coming in, 5:16 on the board for her. And Christine Zhao with a 5:38 is going to take third with a 5:24. De Jong Nose Creek, 5:37 coming in, and she'll better that with a 5:27. Looking back, we have a battle between lanes 1 and 2. Lane 2 tried to move up on 1. Just enough pool space to do that. Followed close by lane 1. And another battle here in lane 7 and 8. We have Sadie from Calgary Winter Club in 7, Amelia Ballin from UCSC in 8. Sadie's been ahead of Amelia the whole race. Amelia trying to get back on with her. I think she's going to run out of pool space as they come into the final 3 meters.
Heat 3. Kyo marks.
Heat 3 of 3. Girls 400 meter IM. Alice Zhang in 1. Hilary Gao in 2. Tanya Bakshi in 3. Maxine Clark in 4. Alexis Yon in 5. Renumi in 6. Grace Kiprick in 7. Stephanie Zhang in 8. Maxine in 4 looks to be the early marker here as they turn for their second 50-year fly. Followed closely, though, by the rest of the field. And it is Clark in 4 as we move on to the backstroke. Followed closely by Venumi in 6 and Alexis Yon in 5. And it looks like Clark and Alexis have stretched out their lead over the rest of the field as we move into their second 50 of backstroke, with Unumi in 6, touching in 3rd, just ahead of Hillary in lane 2. And it looks like Alexis is trying to make some ground up on Clark in the middle of the pool as they make the turn to come back and the final 25 of backstroke. And coming into the breaststroke, it's still going to be Clark with about a body length lead over Alexis. And both swimmers looking incredibly smooth and controlled as they move into the 100 meters of breaststroke. Touching in 3rd was lane 2. Followed closely after her by Renumi in 6. First 25 of breaststroke done is still Clark with the lead, looking to stretch it a little bit over Alexis. But we'll see what happens through the remaining 75 of this breaststroke. Alexis fighting hard to get back on Clark's feet, but is giving up a little bit more space as they turn into the final 50. Hillary looking relatively comfortable in second place at this point, and the battle for 3rd is really tightening up between lanes 1, 3, 6, 7, with lane 8 also close behind. Clark really stretched out the elastic on Alexis throughout that last 25 of breaststroke. And she's going to have clean water heading into the freestyle. That's a big ask for Alexis to make that up on the free, but we'll see what she has left. Still Hillary, lane 2. Turning in 3rd, but followed very closely now by Grace Kiprick in 7. And Clark getting ready to turn for her final 50. It was close through the first 250 meters, but then Clark took control. She's going to close this one out. She has a 5:03 entry time, and she's going to turn into the final 25 at a 4:37-ish. Clark opened this up, coming home under the flags. And that is going to be a 4:51.7. over 10 seconds off that personal best. Alexis John coming in for second, 5:02, 20 seconds off her personal best. Top of the pool, we have lane 2 trying to hang on for second. Renumi in 6 trying to close. Renumi's just going to run out of pool. It is going to be lane 2 in for third. Renumi for 6. And at lane 7 with a strong finish moving in for 5th place. Followed closely by lanes 1 and 3. Stephanie Zhang in 8. 5:28 entry time. We should be close to that again today.
Heat 1 of 3. Take your marks.
Starting the final 3 races of the morning session. Event 12, boys 400 meter IM. Devin Liu in 3, Rishi Beimumik in 5. And Devin, our Nose Creek swimmer, with a very nice opening 50 of fly. No fear of this 400 IM. Devin with a few body lengths over Vichy at this point, but a long race and a lot of different strokes to come. Devin, final 15 meters of this butterfly portion of the 4IM, looking very strong. Really attack that fly. Let's see what we can do on the breaststroke, backstroke. And Vichy coming to the flags to finish off this 100-meter butterfly before he flips onto the backstroke. And again, looking very strong, very controlled. Solid touch and onto the backstroke. Vichy really clipping along on that backstroke, looking very strong. Looking to make some ground up here on Devin Liu in lane 3. Devin tapping through this first 50 of backstroke. And he's going to turn on to his second 50 of back at 2:16.49. He had a 7:14 entry time. Rishi well in control as he turns on to his second 50 of back at a 2:35. And he came with a 6:58 entry time. So let's watch those times as this race develops. Devin, halfway through this 400 IM at a 3:05, switching over to the 100 meters of breaststroke. Vichy under the flags, getting ready to finish off his backstroke portion. And he's turning at a 3:23. Remember, it is 6:58 coming in. Devin was a good underwater there. Takes a look over to see where Vichy is. And he's really catching that water nice. Looks like no slip there. Oh. Not sure what happened there. Slight pause in his stroke, but he's right back to it, turning into his second 50 of breaststroke. Vichy really showing his power here as he gets to the flags to finish off his first 50 of breaststroke. And good power there by Vichy to finish off that. Top of the pool, Devin Liu, final 25 of breaststroke. Looking forward to getting to the freestyle. Looking forward to getting this done. He had a 7:14 entry time. That will be destroyed today. As he's going to start his 100 meters, turning at 4:55. He could have a nap out there and still beat his entry time. Vichy to the flags, getting ready to start his 100 meters of freestyle. And Vichy's going to turn about a 5:20. He had a 6:58 entry time. Looks like Devin Liu up in lane 3 could have done an 800 IM today. Looking strong moving into the last 50. 5:39 on the turn. Vichy to the flags, getting ready for his final 50 of freestyle. Turning at a 6:08. Devin, final 50 meters. At the flags, closing it out in a 6:22, taking almost over 45 seconds off his entry time. Almost a minute there for Devin. Vichy into his final 20 meters. With 15 meters left for Vichy, he had a 6:58 coming in. As he gets to the flags, let's see what he can close us out at. 6:54, 4-second personal best. Fantastic.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 or 3, Ben Matthew in 2, Samuel Uria in 3, Ethan Navat in 4, Will Wiebeck in 5, Miles Blow in 6. And Luke Zhang, it looks like, in 8. Middle of the pool, Will Wiebeck with the lead through that first 50 of fly. And it looks like lane 6, Miles, is really trying to put some moves on and get back into that lead of the race. As we come to the end of this first 100 of fly, it's going to be Will Wiebeck in lane 5, followed closely by Samuel in lane 3. And a battle here for third right now between lanes 4 and 6. Our swimmer in lane 2, that's Ben Matthew, moving on to his backstroke leg. And Luke Jung, NCSA, with a 6:55 entry time, swimming out of lane 8 today. Thank you very much. He's down with the fly onto the backstroke. Start of the front of the race is lane 3. That's now put a bit of a lead into lane 5, with lanes 4 and 6 closing fast. It looked like a race between lanes 3 and 5 after the fly, but we really have lanes 4 and 6 trying to move back into it through this backstroke portion. Top of the pool, Ben Matthew looking very strong as he's going to flip into his second 50 of backstroke. And coming to the end of the backstroke leg, it is going to be Samuel in lane 3 with about a body length lead over lanes 4 and 5, who then in turn have a body length over lane 6. So lost to swim for here is moving to the breaststroke, and already see lane 5 trying to get back on turns through this opening point of this breaststroke. And Ben up in lane 2 halfway through his race, turning at a 3:04. And Ben had a 6:37 entry time. Luke Jung in lane 8, turning as well at a 3:13 with a 6:55 entry time. Lane 3, lane 4, lane 5, all touching within a second and a half. 50 meters of breaststroke left, then onto the fly, or then onto the free. And that's Ethan in lane 4, eking out a lead over lane 3. He was about a body length back after the fly and has been chipping away at it. But now Ethan and 4 stretching out that lead. Trying to take command of this race, trying to shut it down. Ethan and 4 put that breaststroke for work for him. He took about a body length lead coming into the 100 meters of freestyle. Lane 6, Miles flipping onto his freestyle portion. And through this first 50 of freestyle, it's still Ethan in lane 4 with a slight lead over Sam in lane 3. Sam working hard to get back on terms. Final 50. And these boys are going to have to reach deep into their suitcase of courage to see who pulls this one out. Looks like lane 3 is stretching out a slight lead. Final 25. Sam in lane 3, stretching out to a body length over Ethan in 4. Looks like it will be Sam in lane 3, but what a gutsy swim by Ethan in 4, followed very closely by Will Wiebeck in lane 5. Miles will be coming in for 4th. He had a 6:27 entry time. Let's see what he can stop the clock at today. 6:25 coming in. 5:46 today. Top of the pool, we have Ben, lane 2. Ben came in with a 6:37. Looking for a PB today. 31st second PB for Ben Matthew in lane 2. Luke Jung, lane 8, NCSA, at a 6:55 entry time. He's coming to his final 20 meters of swimming. Let's see what he can do. Let's get another PB. He's to the flags. He was 6:55 coming in, and he's leaving with his 6:33.
Heat 3. Take your marks.
And we have a young dyno here who's been working the meet all day long, helping out with the recording of the sheets and being the eventer. So why don't you introduce yourself and say what group you swim with?
My name is Aspen. I swim with Churchill 3.
And what is your favorite event to race?
Probably freestyle.
And when you get personal bests, what do you think your parents should cook for you as a treat?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. There you have it, Alexandra. Aspen would like spaghetti. Heat 3. Final race of the morning. We have Dominic Cito in 1, Sion Kim in 2, Miguel Lorenzo in 3, Chuja Dreyer in 4, Luke Lagasse in 5, Chase Zeng in 6, Zachary Veneur in 7, Dive Malik in 8. Finishing off this 100 meters of free butterfly, we have lane 5, lane 3. And they're going to take about a second lead into the backstroke. We saw a lot of movement through the backstroke and breaststroke sections of the last heat. So let's see what happens today.
I love chocolate. Hi, my name's
Lane 4, Tusha Dreyer with a big lead heading into the second 50 of his backstroke.
Hi, my name's Max Wang.
Tusha was a 4:20.5 coming in. And he'll be looking to better that today.
Okay, basically this joke.
Tusha, lane 4, smooth as you like, getting ready to flip onto the breaststroke. And he turns out a 2:07.5. Once again, he was a 4:20 coming in. Currently in second, we have lane 5, turning in a 2:17, with lane 3 following at a 2:21. Twos are already back again. Setting off on his final 50 abreast. Luke Legasson, lane 5, second place, and a tight battle shaping up here for third place between lanes 3, 6, and 7. And also lanes 2 and 1 trying to move up as well as they get ready for the final 50 abreast. Tuja, back to the flags. Getting ready for the freestyle. 4:20.5 coming in, turning it to 3:24.
So basically the better make the lever. It's like, you know the trolley problem? Where it's like,
Luke in lane 5 had a 5:05.9 coming in as he gets sets out on his 100 meters of freestyle.
where you pull the lever, but it like shows like all of your abilities. If you don't pull the snake, it's like you survive or something. It was like something
Tuja, lane 4, well out, going into his final 50. Turns out a 3:58. He had a 4:20 coming in.
all the time. And after 15 minutes, it's like better make than lever.
The gas in 5, setting out on his final 50 with a 5:05 entry time. And he's turning out a 4:18. We should see a nice personal best there. Tuja Dreyer, lane 4, closing this out. in cruise control, finishing off about a 4:30.
We have the chud. Sorry, I mean the bacon eater. Double bacon eater.
Lane 5, Luke Lagasse coming into his final 15 meters of the race. With a 5:05 entry time, and he's going to stop the clock at a 4:50, 15 seconds there. Lane 3, we have Miguel Lorenzo with a 5:06 entry time. He's going to 4:57. Right above him, Sion Kim with a 5:17 is going to stop the clock at a 5 flat. Lane 6, Chase Zen for 5:04, another personal best there. And Zachary Vignew in 7 also was a personal best. Lane 8, Steven Malik, 5:20, 8-second personal best. Tremendous swimming. And thank you for session 1 of the Grand Prix meet. We'll be back live this afternoon for the varsity meet.